Web design is about to change forever. For businesses, for agencies, for anyone that's trying to build a premium, high-converting website for their business, the game is being completely reset. And the truth is, most designers and business owners have no idea what's coming. I know this because I'm in the trenches every single day with enterprise clients. And the conversations that we're having right now, they're completely different from what they were just 18 months ago. What we're seeing is this. The bottom 30% of the web design market is about to be completely eaten up by AI. Lovable, Framer, Webflow, all of their AI tools, they're getting really good. And for the low budget projects, they're pretty much already good enough. And at the very same time, the old business model where you lock a client into dependency, you charge them for every single change on a site and act as a gatekeeper, that model's dead. Platforms like Squarespace and Wix, they completely killed it. Well, here's the good news. There are massive new opportunities for designers who understand what's actually happening. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 5 fundamental shifts that are defining the next phase of web design. Alright, so the first major shift is the complete collapse of the old, broken business model, the death of the gatekeeper. For a long time, the web design business was built on a simple premise. Control the platform, control the client. Designers and developers would build a site on some bespoke, complicated platform. They'd lock the client out, and then they charge them a retainer or an hourly fee every single time they wanted to make a change. If you needed to update a line of text, well, that was a support ticket and a 2-week turnaround. If you wanted to add a new blog post, that was another invoice. If you want to make a change to a layout, well, that's going to cost you extra, and it's going to take time. And what this did is it created dependency. You had clients that were locked into a relationship where they had to keep paying just to maintain their own website. And don't get me wrong, it was a lucrative model for designers who could lock clients in, but it was also deeply frustrating for clients who felt trapped. That model is dead. You've got platforms like Squarespace, Framer, and Wix that fundamentally changed the game. They've given clients the keys to their own websites. So now clients expect to have the autonomy to make changes themselves instantly without having to go through that gatekeeper. They expect to be able to add a new page, update the copy, change colors, and manage their own content without needing to hire someone to do it for them. And so the value is no longer in a developer's ability to, hold a website hostage. It's in their ability to build a powerful, flexible system that clients can actually use and manage on their own. This means that the future is empowering clients, not controlling them. And if you're a developer still operating on that old gatekeeper model, you're going to find yourself increasingly irrelevant. Now, this move towards client autonomy is being supercharged by another more immediate shift, and that is the great commoditization. Let's talk about AI. The hard truth is that the bottom 20 to 30% of the web design market is going to be completely gobbled up by AI. I'm talking about those clients who need a simple, functional website for the lowest possible price. These are the small businesses, the solopreneurs, and those sort of startups that don't have a huge budget, but they need to get online quickly. For that segment of the market, an AI website builder that can spin up a good enough site in 30 seconds for a few bucks a month is an unbeatable offer. Just think about it from their perspective. They need a website, they don't have much money, they don't have time, and they just need something that works now. An AI builder can deliver that. It's not going to be beautiful, it's certainly not going to be strategic, but it is going to be functional. A human designer simply cannot compete on price and speed at that level. If you're charging $3,000 to build a website and an AI tool can do it for $30 a month, then the client's going to pick the AI tool every single time. And if that's where you're playing, if you're competing for those low budget projects, you're in a race to the bottom that 9 times out of 10, you're likely going to lose. But the thing is, this isn't something really to be scared of. It's just something to be aware of. What it is a filter. It's forcing the industry to split in two. You're either a commodity competing with AI for the scraps, or you're a strategist operating on a level that AI can't even begin to touch. The designers who understand this and make that shift up market will be fine. The ones who don't are going to be squeezed out. So if the bottom of the market is an ocean of commoditization, how do you get out of it? How do you build a business that AI can't touch? Well, this brings us on to the third shift, understanding that the moat is not the code. For a long time, the moat in web design was technical skill. If you could code a complex website from scratch, if you understood, advanced CSS, if you could build custom functionality, then you had a defensible business. Clients needed you because they just could not do this themselves. But with AI, that moat is gone. Why? Well, because platforms have gotten so good that you don't even need to code anymore. And because AI is getting better at coding every single day. So if your only moat is your ability to code, you're basically living in a house built on a sinkhole. The new moat is your thinking. It's your strategy. It's your taste. It's your ability to understand a client's business on a deep level and translate that into a digital experience that drives real, measurable results. Let me give you an example. A client comes to you and says, I want a website that looks like my competitor's website. A commodity designer is just going to go ahead and build it. They'll copy the layout, they'll match the colors, they'll deliver it, and they'll move on. But then you've got a strategic designer who's going to sit there and ask deeper questions. Why do you want to look like your competitor? What are your business goals? Who is your target audience? What do you want them to do when they land on your website? And often you'll discover that just copying your competitor's website is actually the worst thing that you could do. Maybe your competitor's site is optimized for a different audience. Maybe their design is actually hurting their conversion rate. Maybe there's a completely different approach that would work better for your specific business. And this is where strategy comes in. This is where your brain becomes the moat. AI can generate a layout, but it can't have a point of view. It can't understand the nuances of a brand's voice, and it can't build a relationship with a client and earn their trust over time. And let me be clear, no enterprise level client is going to trust an AI to build a secure, strategic site that's responsible for millions in revenue. They just never will. They hire you for your judgment, your experience, and your ability to solve their business problems. And that is the moat. Now, just because AI can't replace strategic thinking doesn't mean we should completely, ignore it. In fact, the smartest designers are doing the exact opposite. And that's the fourth shift, which is the workflow revolution. While AI isn't a like-for-like replacement for a designer, it's an absolutely incredible assistant. So the smartest designers are using AI to accelerate their workflow and get better outcomes faster. Let me break down how I'm using it. First, what I'll do is I'll use it as a sparring partner to generate, initial ideas and test different hypotheses in seconds. Let's say, I'm working on a layout for a client. I might ask AI to generate 5 different layout variations based on the brief that I've given it. Then what I can do is I can evaluate all of those variants, pick the best elements from each, and iterate on them. This would have taken me hours, if not days, to do manually, whereas with AI, it takes minutes. Second, I'll use it to automate all the tedious stuff that doesn't require strategic thinking. Generating stock imagery, AI can do that. Cleaning up code, AI can do that too. Writing placeholder copy, AI can do a decent job of that. And then spotting gaps in layouts, AI can do that too. All of these tasks are necessary, but they don't necessarily require my brain. It's the kind of work that it takes time, yes, but it doesn't necessarily add much value to a project. So by automating these tasks, what I do is I free up my time to focus on the work that actually matters, the strategic thinking, the creative direction, and those client relationships. Tools like Figma Make and the AI built into platforms like Squarespace, they're not there to do your job. They're there to free you up to do the high-level thinking that actually matters. And what this allows you to do is deliver a more solid, well-thought-out outcome for the client in a fraction of the time, which makes you even more valuable. You're not replacing yourself with AI. You're augmenting yourself with AI. You're becoming more efficient, more productive, and ultimately more valuable to your clients. All of these shifts, the death of the gatekeeper, the commoditization of the low end, the new moat being strategy, the AI-powered workflow, they all point to one inevitable conclusion. The fifth and final shift, which is the rise of the designer as strategist. The future of web design is not about being a pixel pusher. It's about being a better thinker. It's about evolving from a service provider who just takes orders to a strategic partner who shapes outcomes. For years, the conversation with the client would go like, I need a website, here's my budget, here's what I want it to look like, can you build it? And then the designer would say, yeah, sure, I'll build it. That is purely transactional. That's a service provider. But the conversation now is changing. Now the best clients are asking, okay, I have a problem in my business. I'm not getting enough leads. My conversion rate's too low. My customers are confused about what I offer. Can you help me solve this problem with a website? And then that's a completely different conversation. That's a strategic conversation. And so as a designer, a strategist, you're not just building a website, you're solving a business problem. You're asking questions like, what is the customer journey? Where are they getting stuck? What are the biggest objections? How can we address those objections? How can we do it with design? You're thinking about conversion events, funnels, messaging. You're thinking about user psychology. You're thinking about the business metrics that matter: leads, revenue, customer retention. This is the work that commands premium fees. This is the work that those larger clients at that top end are willing to pay for. Because when you frame it as, I'm going to help you increase your revenue, suddenly the cost of your services isn't just a line item in a marketing budget. It's an investment that needs to pay for itself. The designers who make this shift will be in higher demand than ever before, commanding higher fees and working on more meaningful, impactful projects. The ones who don't, they're going to be left competing with AI for scraps. And ultimately, the choice is yours. If you want to act on all of this and learn how to actually do the work of building a website now, click here to go to the next video, where I break down step by step how you must build your website if you want your customers to line up to buy from you.